Okay, so seated positions, have your cushions and things. Oh, come on. Every time I try to go to gallery view, the little menu at the top menu bar comes over the top of it, and it is making me want to punch my computer in the face. There we go, sorted. Computers have faces? This one does. Yeah, so any kind of cushioning you need. Everything good? Yeah. Medium core yoga flow. Sometimes medium means a little burst of this and then a little burst of that. But if you find that anything is not punishing enough or too punishing, then you know I'm always giving you options to dial back. Let's go for quite a classical class today, classical hatha yoga class. As my own teacher used to teach them, but with my own flavour involved. So sitting nice and tall, bring your fingers to the floor just behind you, with the fingertips sort of directing backwards, gently press in, grow tall through the spine, let the shoulders lower down. You can close your eyes and take your attention to the very, very top of your head and feel like it's just sort of lengthening towards the ground. And don't make this a very intense movement, just to feel that slight lengthening up. And on your next exhale, soften your whole self back down, but keep the spine just a little bit long. Just to bring a little fizz into the spine. And just place your hands anywhere where they're comfortable and vaguely warm. Start to draw the attention inward. So you can keep your eyes closed if you prefer to. Draw the attention into the body and become aware of the flow of the breath. And the feeling of the ground beneath you and the air around you, and that sort of slightly elevated feeling of sitting tall. And if you want to, you can just very lightly draw in through the front of the body. Nothing tight. It's not a too tight trousers situation. It's just a light sense of intention for the practice, that it's not a passive practice. And see if you can find that really nice feeling of, how do I describe it? Sitting up straightness. You know, when you're in anticipation of something that feels good, that you're looking forward to, sitting to attention, but not stiff like someone in the army. And seeing if you can keep that feeling of at attention. Let's bring the hands down by the sides, palms forward, and I would keep your eyes closed for this because you know what we're doing. It's nothing new or particularly shiny. But as you inhale, start to draw a circle slowly around yourself, as big as you can. Spread the arms out wide, spread the fingers wide. Bring the hands up all the way overhead so that the thumbs touch, but the palms are facing forwards. And then exhale to sweep those arms out and all the way back down again. And just do this a couple more times. So slightly less floppy than we normally do it. Just reach out, feel expansive, feel the shoulders working a little bit, spreading the fingers so you get that nice feeling of stretching through the fingers and then back down, down. So something about this movement is about energy, a feel. I always feel like I'm drawing the sun, the shape of the sun around myself. It really fills me with energy. Next time your arms are all the way up without rushing, we're going to take it over to the side. So when you're ready, you're going to keep the arms up and then bring your right hand over to the right and left arm across, just like we do with all of our side bends, but really slide across, push your left knee down, just as we did yesterday. Reach, reach, reach. Make it feel really nice in your side body. Strong chat, just connect with the muscles on your left side of your waist. Eyes can stay closed. Try not to let your neck collapse. So the spine is in one long curving line. And when you're ready, inhale slowly all the way back up to center. So we're going a little bit more slowly to really get into the muscles. And then exhale over to the other side. Reach across, really nice and deep. Right knee, pulling down towards the ground, right hip. Well rooted. Deep breath in, deep breath out. When you're ready, inhale all the way back up to center. Let's twist to the right. So it's left arm across, right hand behind, and rotate your chest. You can keep your eyes closed so you're completely feeling your way into the postures if you want to. Try not to turn your head all the way around. Just turn your chest and turn your head to face the right. So you are looking at the right side of your room. You're not looking over the back of your shoulder. You're not warm enough for hoiking necks around, and it doesn't affect your twist. Stay tall. Feel really sort of like you've wound up something to wring it out. Deep breaths in. So here is a good place to exhale and gently squeeze your belly in. You'll feel that twist feel really good. When you're ready, on an inhale, you can come back up to center. Reach, 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 and it's back in the other direction. Right arm across, left arm behind. Turn the chest, turn the head to the left of the room. Eyes can stay closed so you can really feel the shape of all of the sort of tissues of your body from the hips up to the shoulders. And then on your next exhale, just see about gently pulling the belly in, like you're just trying to squeeze out a little bit more space. Hopefully this is building energy. If this is not building energy, then you can relax all of it and don't bother with the squeezing elements. Lovely. Are you ready? On an inhale, come back up to center nice and tall, reach up. Exhale, really slowly circle the arms all the way back down again. Move the tension on the shoulder blades as they roll down. Bring the hands behind you, fingertips to the floor. Press into the fingertips and just grow tall through the spine again as we started. Squeeze the shoulders together. Lift the chin a little bit. And on your next exhale, soften back down. Bring your feet into boat position. Don't worry, we're not going straight into boat pose because that'd be madness. So feet stay on the floor. Hands underneath the thighs. And as you exhale, round your spine into seated cow pose, no, cat pose, sorry. And then inhale to open up through the chest and gaze up. If you'd rather do this in cross legs, you can, but we are going to do some, not full boat, but just some little movements with the feet down from here. So just be prepared to sort of switch if you'd rather. We'll do kneeling cat-cow later. Pay close attention to navel and shoulders here. The rest of the spine will ripple. Tailbone can be dealt with in kneeling cat-cow, but really pay attention. So for the next few rounds, as you come up, do lift your heart really consciously. And as you exhale back, do pull your belly in quite consciously. It doesn't have to be firm, just do it in a conscious way. When we do work in this position, the intention is to do something that is closer to cow pose, so the chest is a bit more lifted. One more round. We're going to come up and stay in cow. So the shoulders draw down, the chest is lifted, and just dial that back now. So it becomes a once more sitting to attention kind of position. Let's release the hands, keep your feet flat on the floor, and exhale to come back and inhale to come forward. So this is where medium core becomes a thing. So if you want to intensify, you go back further, but don't bring your shoulders to the floor, and then inhale up. If you want to keep it more mellow, don't come back so far. I'm just going to move attention to the front of the body. Lovely. Okay, so find your way to a comfortable medium place, reaching back. So if you go very far back, this is going to be hard. Just come to a medium position. You can be totally upright if you want. Keep your hands wherever you like. You can keep them lifted or on the thighs. And we're just going to lift a leg and lower it. Lift a leg, other leg, and lower it. 4, 5 rounds on each side, but you can do less if you want. That's 3, 2, and start to feel my abdomen working. Last one. And come all the way up, hug the knees, little squeeze. Lovely. Let's do some sideways here. So stay in your squeeze as long as you need to. Feet are going to stay down. Of course, in all the boat pose, you just lift your feet if you want to make it much harder. We're going to sit back a little way, not too far, hands to the heart. Belly pulling in and exhale to rotate to the right. Keep your head in line with your hands. Don't look over your shoulder. Inhale to center, exhale to the left. So obviously, to intensify this, you can lift your legs. I'm not going to. I'm just going to really pay attention to what I'm doing instead. The middle ground between here and lifting the legs is to tap the elbow. Reach back, tap the elbow. And I think that is really achievable because you can do less. And from here, I'm going to do another, just 3 on each side. So you can do less if you want. 3, 2, trying to be quite controlled. Last one. And come all the way back up. Hands sit on the floor behind you. When you're ready, you can finish your rounds. You can do more if you need to. Legs go wider and we'll do some rounded wipers. So roll the knees to the right, inhale to center, roll the knees to the left. The purpose of wipers here is, yes, it does get into your hips, but it's to release any tension that might have built up in the hip flexors and the abdomen from just a bit of boat work. Hopefully feet on the floor at this stage is fine. Feet can always be lifted. There's a particular plateau of strength where boat pose, well, at least for me, my experience was boat pose remained really, really hard until I reached a particular point of strength. And then it became available, and then you go to the next level of boat, and then you have to build strength again. So we're just looking for an intention over the course of the whole year to, little by little, without pushing too hard, build a little bit more strength, a little bit more strength. So it's very much more to do with controlling in between the postures than it is about hammering yourself in just one massive posture in the class. Okay, one more on each side. And come back to center. And let's come onto all fours. So I'm just going to cross, I'm going to do my little legs crossed maneuver. So you cross your legs, come onto your knees, and walk back to the back of the mat. We're going to do tiger balancing. We're not going to bother with the, I mean, you can have a few rounds of cat-cow actually if you want to, but we'll do them in between the tiger balances. So hands are under shoulders. Do make sure your hands are under your shoulders. And if you start to feel like your hands are fatiguing a lot, the way to manage that is to bring your shoulders back a little bit. So there's a bit less weight going through the hands, but really what we want is to weight bear through the hands when we're down here. And knees want to be under the hips. So do use your screen as a reference point if you need to. Shoulders drawing back. We're going to do something a little different. Pull your belly softly up. So not load, just a little bit. Press into your shins and start to draw small circles with your shoulders around the wrists. So you're shifting the weight around your wrists, small circles going one way. So my shoulders are going beyond my wrists. And the bigger those circles get, the harder this is going to get. So don't hammer yourself. I'm going to do 5 one way and 5 the other. Please do less if your joints are going to trouble you. This is for strengthening the hands. As I say, you'll be well careful. It is very effective, this practice, if you go gently and lightly, small circles. 5 one way, 5 the other way. So I'm just going to do one more and I'm finished. And come back to center. At any point, if you need to massage out your wrists, just go ahead and do it. Let's go into tiger balance. Left leg back, right arm forward, reach away. Keep your toes pointing down. And we're going to go for 5, and you can either hold or do knee to elbow. So it's exhale, knee to elbow round the spine. Inhale to open up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tiger balance. And we're going to bosh out the other side. So let's just get it done and then we'll come to standing. So we'll switch sides. Reach back and either hold or knee to elbow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release to tiger balance. Come back to all fours, tuck the toes, sit back into active child's pose, stretch the arms out. Stretch into the shoulder blades. So just try and keep the hands fairly well glued and not too soggy. Try not to make the arms too soggy. Let the chest sink down towards the ground and the shoulder blades draw down the back. The feeling of the spine dropping, sinking down towards the ground. Okay. Dolphin pose. We're going to turn dolphin pose into downward facing dog or all fours and then come towards standing. So forearms want to stay down, toes stay tucked, hands pressing into the ground. Bring your shoulders over your elbows and then pressing into the balls of the feet. Lift your hips up and back, relax your neck. So you would be gazing back between your feet, unless you're me and you can't see anything because you've got a really baggy jumper on. Deep into dolphin pose, very strong on the shoulders. Be here as long as you comfortably can. Pedal out the legs. Hips are high, shoulders are working, hands are pressing down, forearms are pressing down. Belly can be pulling up. And I'm going to count down for another 5. You don't have to stay up. 4, 3, 2, 1. 2 options. You can come to all fours or just lift your elbows into downward facing dog and then walk your feet towards your hands. We're just making our way to a soft forward fold. That's it. Soft forward fold. I have to take this jumper off because not great for being upside down. Soften the knees. Just wiggle out your shoulders, shake out your arms. Dolphins, strong. My intention is to bring us certain postures on a regular basis now so that we can really start to feel the benefits of this. It's kind of rubbish to do hard postures and never quite feel the benefits. So we're going to do hard postures for a little bit regularly and you will feel the benefits that way. Massage out your hands if you need to. When you're ready, I'm going to soften the knees. Inhale, circle the arms up, come all the way up. Press up to the ceiling. And exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Let's do 3 rounds of 6-way stretching with the little half sun salutation. So it will be with the half lift maneuver. Your legs will get nice and warm. I'll give you a chance to see how your knees are feeling. So stand at the front of your mat, ready in mountain pose. If you need to wave around on your feet a little bit to get that feeling of attached to the ground, then do. Feet under the hips, hands down by the sides, palms forward, little lift in the heart, shoulders back and down, crown of the head lengthening towards the ceiling. Just really settle into that feeling of mountain pose. It's quite a strong, it's the embodiment of strength and groundedness. When you're ready, inhale, reach the arms up. Really stretch the navel. Exhale, soft forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. It can be fingertips to the floor if your legs are warm, or hands to shins, whatever suits you. Exhale, soften down from the hips. Knees can bend if you need them to. And when you're ready, inhale, draw the right arm up towards the ceiling, twist the right. Hand can be on the hip. Exhale down. Work with your own breath. Inhale to the left, nice and fluid but strong. Exhale down. Inhale, come all the way back up. Bend your knees and come up with a flat back. Reach for the ceiling. Exhale to the side. Your side bend of your choice, but keep the hips steady. Inhale to center. Exhale to the side. Inhale to center. Let's have a back bend. Exhale back. Inhale up. Exhale, soft forward fold. All the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pull the belly in and release from the hips, standing forward fold. Inhale, right arm goes up. Remember, I keep my legs fluid for these twists, so one leg bends and the other one straightens. Exhale down. Want it to be a good twist. Exhale, twist to the left. Exhale down. Inhale all the way back up. Tall. Side bend to the right. Side bend of your choice. I'm doing a Jupiter mudra, so I've got one set of pointy fingers here. Inhale to center. Exhale to the side. Inhale to center. Exhale, gentle back bend. Inhale up. Last one. Exhale, soft forward fold. Hopefully starting to feel a little bit more limber. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, standing forward fold. Inhale, twist to the right. Lovely. Exhale down. Inhale, twist to the left. And exhale down. Inhale all the way up. Let's have swaying palm at the top. So weave the fingers together at the top. Turn the palms up. Exhale to the side. Inhale up. Exhale to the side. Inhale up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Can I just get a quick vote? We can either do 2 rounds of sun salutations, or we can do wide stuff with warrior 2, and I will also count. My opinion will count. So give me a thumbs up if you prefer warrior 2, sideways work. Okay, good, good, good. Let's come to center. Come to the middle of your mat. We'll probably do a bit of both, so don't panic. Come to the middle of your mat, long ways. Feet are under the hips. Let's come back to swaying palms. So weave your fingers together in front of you. Turn the palms down towards the ground. Hopefully your side body is feeling reasonably warm. Inhale to wave the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. Exhale to the side. Just keep with these side stretches. Inhale to center. Exhale to the side. Inhale up. Exhale, take the arms out wide in a T shape. Palms down. Step the legs out wide. Heels in, toes out. And let's sit into goddess. So knees bend over the ankles, elbows bend, arms are parallel. So upper arms are parallel with the floor. Palms are facing in towards the face. Really lift through the chest, shoulder blades pressed together. On an inhale, reach the arms up back into your star pose again. And then turn your right foot towards the right edge of the mat, left foot forward, take the arms out wide. So you're gazing to the right. Bend the right knee into warrior 2. Settle your shoulders down and sink into this posture to whatever extent feels good for you. Don't force anything. When you're ready on an inhale, reverse your warrior back. Your side is warm, but just see how this feels. It doesn't have to be big. Inhale through warrior one and over into extended side angle pose. So right forearm to right thigh. Take the left arm up towards the ceiling and reach upwards. So it's not too much across. If you want to go across all the way, you can. Lovely. When you're ready, inhale back to warrior two. And let's release the arms, bring the heels back in, toes back out. Take the arms up towards the ceiling, star, and go back the other way. So the arms go wide, rotate those feet. So now you're in warrior two to the left. Right foot pointing forward, left foot pointing to the left, gazing to the left. Sink into warrior two, reverse it. Try and make the movements more in your upper body, really bendy. Relax your feet and relax your thighs so the lower body is just heavy. Inhale through center and extended side angle pose. And you can reach up rather than across if you would prefer. Lovely. Let's come back up, back to star pose, arms wide, legs wide. Bring the heels behind the toes, hands to hips, hinge forward, about halfway. These don't have to be very wide leg postures, so if your hips don't like it, you can bring those legs in. And on your next exhale, soften down a little further. You can release your hands to the ground and wiggle your shoulders out if you wish. Soften in. When you're in your wide leg forward fold, wherever your hands get to, wherever your fold takes you, it's a chance to relax your shoulders and your neck. Just have one more breath. When you're ready, inhale to come up, about halfway. My hands are just sitting in my hip creases. I'm going to hoik my heels in and toes out again, and then come up the rest of the way. I'm going to bring a bend into my right knee. So I'm doing sort of a side lunge, but high. So take your time coming in and just enjoy this side lunge. You can have your big toe pointed. This is quite hard, but you can have your big toes pointing up if you want. And then go over to the other side. So just go from side to side one more time. We'll end on the right side. The next time your right side is bending, rotate your whole body round. You might have to wiggle your legs around a little bit. So you're in a high lunge now to the right of your mat. So left foot is back with the heel lifted. Right foot is forward with the knee over the ankle, bent. Hands are on the hips. If you can, lengthen up that front leg and send your back heel back. So you're ready for pyramid pose. You might need to hop your back foot forward a little bit if you want your feet flat, but you can have your back heel lifted if you are comfortable with it. Shoulders back, chest lifted, pyramid. Exhale, hinge forward from the hips. Just as far as is comfortable for you. If you've got your back heel lifted, your stretch is going to be very deep. You might not go as far. You can release your hands to the ground or blocks whenever you're ready. So if you need something to rest your hands on, you should always be prepared to grab it regardless of whether I've mentioned it. Sometimes coming up high to the thigh is nice, but it can be wobbly. So shoulders back, relax down. It's a hamstring stretch, you know, so it's a mistake to get your knickers in a twist about these postures. You can have your feet very close together if you need to. Keep pulling the belly in. When you're ready, bring your gaze towards your front toes. Bend your front knee, right knee over the ankle. Get your balance, press into the ball of your back foot and reach up into crescent lunge rather. Facing up. Hands come to the hips and step forward. Have a shake out. A swing out if you want to, or shake out your legs. This strong stretches for the legs. I'm just going to do pyramid and crescent lunge on the other side. So this time I'm going to step the right foot back. Right foot goes back, Left foot is long, left leg is long. If you want to go for that deep pyramid pose again, you take that back foot back further and have the heel lifted. It just depends on what you enjoy the feeling of. It's your choice. Shoulders back, chest lifted, gazing forward. Exhale to hinge, hinge, hinge. And then you can bring your hands down to wherever, or even to your thigh. You can have a little bend in the front leg if you want to. Remember, we did do this a lot before Christmas, so there's scope to play. Hamstring stretch. Pyramid. Rest of the legs getting a good stretch. You do not need, if your hands are down on the ground, try not to weight bear through the hands. You've got lots of muscles in your body that can hold your body up. Don't use your hands to do the job of big muscles. So the hands are only on the floor for stabilizing. Bring your gaze to your front toes. Bend your left knee over the ankle. You might need to hop your back foot back a little bit. Let's come up into Crescent Lunge. So sweep the arms forward and up like you're drawing a rainbow. Up high as you want. Sink in. Breath. Release hands to hips. Shift your weight forward and bring your back foot forward. Sometimes a couple of steps are needed. Have a wiggle, have a shake. And a little bit of warrior two. Nice. Let's do a little bit of sun saluting. So shake out nicely and feel free to make adaptations as you need to. And if you start to feel this is no longer medium core, you can take your breaks and rest as you need them. Oh, it's bubbles vanished. Never mind. Okay, top of the mat in mountain pose. Again, reset. Nice and tall through the crown. So we're not going to do balancing today because tomorrow morning will be balancing. More balancing. Let's inhale to take the arms up. Arms can come together, they don't have to, and you can take a gentle back bend if you wish, but you don't have to. Inhale to lengthen up and exhale to soft forward fold. Remember, soft forward fold, bum is back. It's like your hips are on hinges and you are keeping the knees soft. When you inhale, it's a halfway lift. And exhale, standing forward fold. Hands can always come to blocks if you need to. Let's step the right foot as far back as you can take it. Let your front leg help you go back as far as you can. I'm going to give you the option to lower your back knee if you want to, but you are ready to keep it lifted. So if you can, just shift your weight into that front foot and press into the ball of the back foot. Find a gazing point, use your strong thighs to bring your upper body up into Crescent Lunge. You can do this, but it's strong. When you're ready, exhale, the hands come down. And step your left foot back, either to downward facing dog or to plank. Plank can be with the knees down. It's where we're ending up, plank with the knees down. When you're ready, elbows tuck in and lower your whole body down to the ground. Keep the arms strong. Inhale for your back bend of choice. It can be cobra, sphinx, upward facing dog, seal, whatever you like. On your next exhale, lower down. Tuck the toes and in whichever way suits you, make your way to downward facing dog. So you can go through a press up, you can go through knees, you can go through child's pose. And in dog, have one more breath. When you're ready, you can walk, step, or jump to the front of the mat, whatever is right for you. I'll do a tutorial on step through one day. As long as you end up in a soft forward fold. And on an inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Other side. Inhale, circle the arms up. You can integrate your back bend if you want to. On an exhale, soft forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, standing forward fold. Step the left foot back. Press into both those feet, get stable. Knee up or knee down, come up into crescent lunge or crescent moon. Crescent moon is with the knee down. Exhale, hands to the ground. Step back to downward facing dog or any variation of plank or all fours. Make your way to the floor, all the way down, hands under the shoulders, or any other back bend of your choice for cobra. Usually it's cobra for this kind of a sun salutation. Exhale down. Tuck the toes. Make your way towards downward facing dog in the way that suits you. Child's pose will do. All fours will do. Press ups will do. Anything that works. You can walk your feet forward or lift up your left leg and pull it forward, or jump if you like to jump. Step forward into a soft forward fold. Inhale, reach up. And this time we'll just go through chair. We'll make our way back down. So sitting back into chair pose, knees nice and stable. You can have a bend in your back. Nice and strong in the core. I like to gaze more towards the ground when I'm in chair pose. You can have your arms more forward if you want. If you're able to, release your hands back, come into balanced chair. So if you want to, you can lift your heels. And if you feel like you can lengthen the legs. It's less stable when you lengthen the legs. So just see how you go. Release the heels to the ground. Fingers come down. Walk your feet back. Stretch into your dog pose just for a moment. Lift your heels high, bring your shoulders over your wrists with intention, and then put your knees down. Flatten out your feet, walk your hands in towards, so that they're back underneath your shoulders. And we'll thread the needle to stretch out the shoulders, but you can choose whether you're going to move or whether you're going to stay still. So you can do this in child's pose if you need a break. Inhale to take your right arm up. Exhale to thread it under the left arm. You can float it and keep flowing for 2 more rounds. Inhale to open up if you're moving. Exhale to float under. Your choice. Last one. Inhale to open up. Exhale to float. And wherever you are, we're going to switch sides after the next in-breath. So we're coming back to all fours and switching sides. And if you love thread the needle, you can stay longer on each side. It's all good. So otherwise, inhale to take the arm up, left arm up, exhale to sweep it under. Inhale to open up. So this is not for strength. This is for feeling of fluidity in the body. So if it feels too much like hard work, you should be static and enjoying the stretch, because we can wind down now. Sweep the arm under. Last one, inhale to open up. And exhale, left hand comes down. Let's walk the hands forward into melting heart, hips over knees. Chest sinks down towards the ground. Lovely. And just press in. You can take the arms a little wider, press into the hands. Shift yourself forward onto your front. Take the arms out wide. We'll have the other shoulder stretch that goes quite nicely with thread the needle. So arms go out wide. You keep your right arm out wide. Turn your head to the left. And just roll your body onto its right side. So you're squashing up that right shoulder. Take the top leg over behind you in whatever format suits you, if it does, or you can keep them stacked if not. Just a squeeze for your right shoulder, the front of the shoulder. And if you want to, you can raise your left hand with the palm facing back behind you and see if that arm will just start to sink back. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it.
going to have just 3-4 breaths here. So have one more breath. Again, if you want longer in these stretches, you're very welcome to. When you finish the next breath, gently make your way back to center and go over to the other side. Stretch out the left arm. Use your right hand to roll your body onto its left side. Head is resting on the ground, facing the right. Take your foot, your top leg behind you. Leg can be bent, so pointing up. Try not to kick my microphone. And if you want to, you can try raising the right hand with the palm facing back and see if it sinks back a little bit. My shoulders are a little bit tight today. Sometimes you can weave your fingers together behind you and really pull those arms back, but it's only if you're into double angle pose that you would like that. This can be slightly breathtaking. If you bind your arms, it can be a little bit like breath to sort of slightly cut your breath. Not always a good thing. Lovely. So if I were you, from here, I would stay on my side. Use your right hand to just slightly lift yourself up and bring your left arm forward. So we're going to do some opening windows movements, just to stretch out the shoulders a little bit more, lying on your side with the knees bent. So knees are in an L shape, knees lined up with hips and stacked. Hands stretched out in front of you. You can have your head in a pillow if you want. Palms together, and let's just start to do these little open windows. Can you slightly scoot your belly in just so it's not totally floppy? Inhale to open up the arms into your twist, and then exhale to close them. If you love that twist and want to stay still, then just open up the twist and stay there, because it's really nice, and we will come to our backs after we've done both sides, so it's all good. Opening up, closing. So that's 3. I'm going to do 2 more, so 5 in total, and you can do more if you want more. I always take my head round as well when I do this one. It's a really nice way of getting some movement into the neck. Take the head round. Sort of like I'm watching my hand floating back and forth. Next time your arm opens you up into your twist, this time arrange your legs so that they come back to center with the feet flat on the floor, arms around the T shape, spine is flat on the floor, and then roll your legs over to the other side. So your knees are now in line with your hips, but they're pointing to the right. Still stacked. I'm going to do the exact same thing, but with the left arm. So the left arm exhales to close, palms together, and inhales to open up. 5. 5 or more if you want more. And just enjoy. There's a nice feeling of massaging the shoulder blades as you roll back and roll forward. Don't forget to turn the head so you get that nice range of movement if you want to. And we're going to come onto our backs next. So if you have finished your rounds or had enough, you can hold your twist. You don't have to wait for me, or you can just come onto your back. Last one. Well, next time you open up, just enjoy the twist for a moment longer. We'll have another twist before we finish. A deep breath in and deep breath out. And just as before, lift the knees, bring the feet flat to the floor. So you're lying on your back, knees bent, in line with the hip joints. Arms can stay wide if you're happy for them to stay wide. Make sure your spine feels really long. Make sure your lower back is pressing into the ground. Pick up your legs so that they are still bent, but the knees are over the hips. So your legs are sort of at right angles. You can have the knees together if you want. I'm just going to draw circles in the air with the knees. They don't have to be huge. Keep your low back down. little circles. Go for about 5 going one way and about 5 going the other way. If it doesn't feel good, then you can leave it out. So just keep your legs in this sort of right angles position and then go back the other way. And you can count them. They can be very tiny circles. The bigger the circles are, the harder this is. Lovely. When you've finished, bring the knees right in towards the chest. Hug them. Have a proper rock from side to side. And again, let's take the arms out wide, pull your belly in, and with control, lower the legs over to the right. And if you want to, you can lengthen your legs out, or you can just lengthen out the top leg. I actually quite like just lengthening out the top leg and take hold of that top leg if you want. If you want to, you can take hold of the bottom leg with the opposite hand. So it would be right big toe hooked around left fingers into cat pulling its tail. So it's a twist of your choice, but if you go for cat pulling its tail, then you're in a deep twist for the hips. And just start to soften through the front of the body, if you haven't already. One more breath. If you're in cat pulling its tail, release your bottom leg first and bring it back in line with the top leg, and then re-bend the top leg. And then gently draw the belly in as you lift your knees back up to your chest with control, and then go back the other way. So first choice, lower the knees over to the left. You could stay here, that's absolutely fine in your deep twist. Enjoy the shoulders and the waist getting stretched out. Second option, lengthen out the top leg, maybe take hold of it if you can reach, doesn't matter if you can't, just enjoy the stretch there. Third option, cat pulling its tail, pick up your left toes with your right fingers and pull that left foot around behind you. It's just a sort of a lying down version of, it's fairly similar to a shoelace, which we quite often do seated. So it's always worth remembering quite a lot of these postures. If you were to change the permutation, chances are you do them in a different shape, sitting, standing, or maybe even lying on your front. And so they're not often as mega as they seem. They're just a little complicated. And softening the belly. Relaxing the face, relaxing the jaw. Try and soften the shoulders if you can. Even if you've got your hands holding bits of leg, then you might still be able to soften your shoulders a bit. She says. Okay, so when you're ready, untangle the way you went in. So bottom leg comes back into twist position, top leg folds back into twist position. And turn your hands down if you want, and then gently draw the knees back up to center. Have another little rock, winding down. We're going to have some soft dynamic bridge. If you don't like dynamic bridge, you can have anything else. So the next few minutes is a playtime essentially. So I want to do bridge because this is where we are, but if you would rather do something else, pigeon or figure of four or just anything else, doesn't matter. Go ahead, help yourself. I'm going to do a yin bridge because I want it to be bendy. So if you're following me, you can have wipers if you prefer wipers. Knees wide, toes pointing outwards. Feet can be a little further away from the body. I'm going to keep my arms wide, so my shoulders are really well spread out. I want the whole of my back to get this massage and the whole of my front to stretch out. So as you press into your feet, inhale to peel your spine up like a string of beads. all the way up to the shoulders, and then exhale to roll it down. So this is not about height, this is about massage. And if it doesn't feel great, which mine doesn't, adjust your feet. So I'm just bringing my feet a little bit closer to my body, rolling up and rolling down with the breath. And that still doesn't feel good, so I'm going to go for a traditional position. So you just keep adjusting. Remember, the traditional position is knees in line with hips, feet in line with hips. Wherever you are, you want to keep your knees stable. Yeah, that's better. Really unusual for me to prefer a traditional dynamic bridge. I don't know what's happened, but somehow it's working better for me today. Stretch along the front of the body, massage along the back of the body. And sometimes when you work your way through enough gentle breath synchronized bridges, you start to feel that stretch. Bridge is a posture that I've had such a long and varied relationship with. I go from loving it to fully hating it to it doesn't matter because I can't do it at all, to suddenly going back to loving it. It's a really complicated posture for me. I'm just going to have one more round. If you want more, you can. I'm going to finish off with some nice leg stretches. You can use your strap for your leg stretch if you want. It's not going to be a long one. I'm going to come all the way down. Leave, just make sure your spine is long and comfortable. Leave your left foot on the floor and just lengthen up your right leg. And just got my hands behind my thigh, not going for anything intense, heel pressing up, toes pointing back. My arms are feeling fairly warm from the practice, so it's easy enough to gently draw the leg in. There's no pushing or pulling or tugging involved, just so the leg feels nice and long. A little stretch at the back, have some ankle circles. Remember, slow, intentional ankle circles. 3 one way, 3 the other, maybe. Lovely. And when you're ready, put your right foot down, lengthen up the left leg. Hands woven behind the thigh. You can use your strap if you prefer, ever so gently. See about drawing the leg in, heel pressing up, toes pressing back. Nice deep breaths, and maybe have those ankle circles if you want them. Okay. And to finish, we'll have any kind of rock and roll you like, or happy baby. We will finish in seated. So I'm going to come to happy baby and have a little rock from side to side. If you want to stretch your legs out in happy baby as well, you can. It's your choice. I just quite like the finishing leg stretch. It complements well with the hamstring stretch without going too much overboard. So if you want to take the legs out wide in your happy baby, you can. They don't have to be straight. And then when you're ready, legs back together, knees bend, and roll to a comfortable seat. Doesn't matter what shape your seat is. We'll finish with alternate nostril breathing. So, any comfortable seat. Left hand resting on the thigh, palm facing upwards. Eyes can be closed. You can breathe at your own pace. You know this practice well. Fingertips of the right hand, pointy fingers resting between the eyebrows or into the palm. Block the right nostril with the thumb and inhale through the left, long and slow. And block the left and exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left.
Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right, hold your breath if it's safe, if it's comfortable. Release your hand, bow your head. As soon as you're ready to exhale, lift your chin towards the ceiling, and it's just a light exhale between the lips. And come back to center and keep eyes closed just for a few moments. Just check in. How are you feeling? Did you make your choices today? Just start to walk your hands forward just for a little bow. It's not a forward fold really. It's just a little rounding of the spine. Bow the head. And keeping the head bowed so that you're just a little closed. You can start to gently open the eyes so there's not so much glare coming into the eyes. Gently start to lift the head and walk the hands back in. Lovely. Hands to heart. Thank you very much. I don't know how medium core that was, but I hope you enjoyed it.